and welcome to the Kids Okay Please Live. Good evening, everyone. We're live again with a very interesting conversation today. Before we do anything else, I would like to introduce Kids Okay Please. Kids Okay Please is an evolving privilege ecosystem that brings childhood-worthy experiences, deals, venues on human fingertips through the intuitive use of technology. Kids Okay Please Live that you guys are on, and thank you for tuning in. Kids Okay Please Live is a medium established to uncover the intel and insights of the ecosystem that parents and children occupy in our society, business, and lives. So without any delay, we will be adding our guest in. And before adding our guest in, to everyone who's tuned in, there's a small piece of information that Kids Okay Please is live with its memberships since a very long time now, and we have our weekly calendars that go up, so check it out. There are a lot of interesting events that are put up every day. It's a great thing, and we're going to be coming up with more exciting stuff for next month, so stay tuned. And joining our guest in, our today's guest is Mr. Jigar Mehta. We're going to be introducing him as soon as he joins in. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Hi, yes, I can hear you. Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Am I audible loud and clear?
Yes,
Great,
you're audible
great.
and you're clearly visible. So
Great.
it's going great. Good. So, hello, sir. How are you? How are you feeling today?
Very well, very well, very well. Thank you for having me on your channel.
Thank you for
Very
being
good evening
there.
to most. It's my pleasure, and hello to all the parents who've joined in for this session.
Thank you for joining in as well. So I'll give you a quick introduction, sir, and then we'll move right
Sure.
into the questions.
Sure.
Right? Okay, so our today's guest, for everyone who's watching, is Mr. Jigar Mehta. He is the director and co-founder of Nextwork Foods Private Limited.
It's network.
Network, right? Because it's actually such a different name to pronounce. The Network.
Yeah.
So, giving you again a quick introduction, is Jigar is the co-founder and chief product officer of Network Foods Private Limited, and aims to create healthy and fun experiences with superfoods. He completed his master's in marketing communication from the University of Westminster, that's in London. During which, in his final thesis, his final thesis was based on honey, which is what our conversation is going to be about today for everyone who's watching, which later became his base for his business. And he has also been associated with events, films, and theatre production in the past. He is an avid cyclist,
Cyclist,
right. Cyclist, and can travel distances for his
That's all right.
Okay, so I didn't know you're a cyclist as well. This
Yes,
conversation
I
is
do.
really going to be fun. Perfect.
Yes.
So I'm sorry for all the pronunciations that I missed out on. But jumping right into the conversation is
Yeah.
so you founded something known as Honey Twigs.
Correct.
And could you tell us more about Honey Twigs? How was it founded? What was your idea behind it?
So Honey Twigs is basically honey packed in single serves. It's a teaspoon pack. So the whole idea behind was basically, so when I was doing my dissertation in London, it was based on honey. And, I figured that there was a gap in the market, because right now when you see honey, it's all packed in very granddaddy bottles. It's got a standard yellow label. They're very standard looking bottles. There's nothing much done in the space of honey. There's no innovation, so to speak, that has happened. The maximum we've gone far is for squeezy bottles, to make it convenient. But still, honey is a superfood, and it packs in so much that you can offer with honey. Why can't you take it wherever you go? Right now we have cereal bars that we can carry with us. We've got, seed bars we can carry with us. So there has been innovation in on-the-go foods, but nothing in terms of honey. So that's when we thought of creating something called Honey Twigs, which is basically honey packed in single serves. That you can use anytime, anywhere. You can just tear the top and squeeze the honey out and have it. And it's a teaspoon pack, so it's a portion control pack.
Right, so it's very convenient as well.
Right, correct.
Perfect. So, jumping into the next question is that honey, when we talk about honey, it's clearly seen up as a source of medicine or something that people only have when they're not well. In fact, in these times also, people are really preferring to have honey with warm water and all of that. So, could you tell us the other general benefits of honey?
So, honey has been kept on the highest pedestal in our Ayurveda, in all our religious
Yes.
ceremonies. If you see
Yeah.
in Panchamrit, honey is a part of Panchamrit. Even in Islam, honey is to be taken at quite high. Uh, so honey's been there for many, many years, and people have known about honey for many, many years. Uh, Honey actually was used as an energy booster in the
Right.
first Olympics that happened back in Greece many years ago. I mean,
Right.
I'm sure a lot of people don't know about this. So honey was actually used as an energy booster.
Okay.
Right now also we don't sort of give honey the correct justice it needs. Honey is
Right.
right now used as a medicine because for us it's been passed down from Ayurveda. So whenever you have a sore throat or you want to mix it with
Yeah.
any medicine, you mix it
Yeah.
with honey and have it. Or right now the biggest fad with honey is you want to lose weight, mix honey in a glass of warm water, lemon, and have it. And
Right.
people think it helps to lose weight. I mean,
Right.
apart from that quality, it also packs in a lot of things like honey, helps you sleep better. Honey helps you in migraines. Honey is a great application on skin. I mean, now a lot of
Yeah.
cosmetic companies are adding honey, and homemade
Right.
face masks use honey with aloe vera and all of those things. And it is also great as a wound healer. So when you get small nicks and cuts on your skin, you can actually like
Right.
dab honey and it heals faster because of its
Right.
antimicrobial quality. And also, it contains trace vitamins, minerals, enzymes, a lot of other things that the bees pack into this very, I would say, very common looking uh, liquid that is found, and we don't treat it properly.
True. So, like you said, people have it in the medicinal value. Even kids, in fact, are given with their medicines honey so that they could take it easily. That's what
Correct.
I've
Correct.
also witnessed. So,
Yeah.
how is honey good for kids? It has a lot of benefits, but how shall it benefit kids?
So, the biggest thing about honey is the composition. So, the composition is glucose and fructose. These are the two main sugars that make up honey. These are natural sugars, and these are sugars which give you instant energy. So, honey, the
Right.
moment it touches your tongue, starts breaking down in your body and starts giving you energy compared to
Right.
white sugar, which turns into starch when it's stored in your
Okay.
body. That's why we
Okay.
turn obese with sugar. So, in kids, when you give them honey, it raises their energy levels. So rather than reaching out to other sugary drinks, anything which has artificial sugar, it is better to give kids honey.
Right.
Second, and most important thing is that honey in small children guards their liver. So when
Okay.
small little kids are given paracetamol, honey acts as a shield on the liver. It protects the liver from the ill effects of excessive paracetamol. So
Right.
honey helps kids that way. Uh, Also, honey, helps them to sleep. If you give a teaspoon of honey before bedtime, it helps you to sleep better. It's a
Okay.
great way to control sore throat. So when the weather is changing, like right
Yeah.
now, we often catch sore throat. So honey is a great remedy for sore throat. It shields your throat, it protects it. But the biggest part about honey is you can't give it to kids. You can't give it to infants. So honey can only be given to kids beyond the age of 1. There is a
Okay.
disease called infant botulism, which is connected to honey, which often happens when it's given to newborn babies or children below the age of 1, because their
Okay.
immunity levels are low. And
Right.
honey, contains natural bacteria because it's a natural product. So it
Right.
can sometimes cause poisoning in infants. But as they grow older, their bodies are capable of digesting it and coping with honey.
Right.
So, and I mean, it contains minerals, it contains enzymes, it has trace elements of vitamin B, it contains vitamin C as in the form of absorbic acid. So, all these are very trace elements, but they do pack up together to make it more nutritious. It is also an antioxidant. It is also an immunity booster. So that's why during this pandemic time, honey is now the new go-to for every person, who wants to use a healthy sweetener compared to sugar.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I mean, it has a lot of benefits for children. So I think parents should start kids early on with honey.
So the one thing I take back from this is that honey can be an easy replacement for normal sugar that can
Correct.
actually cause problems in the later coming times. So
Correct.
that's something that's actually very important to pick, because honey has exactly the same uses that sugar does, and
Yes.
it is a very easy and very nice replacement that
Right.
can be taken. Plus, it's very organic, and it's been there since the start. People
It's
really
been there.
prefer
Yeah,
honey.
we've known about honey for a very long time, but somehow because we always connected honey to medicine, we started keeping it back in the cupboard. We forgot about it. And I mean, that's where honey turned into medicine. Even when as a child, the maximum things you get in a spoon is
Yeah.
medicine. So you start
True.
connecting honey to medicine, because honey is also given in a spoon, to consume. So
To medicine.
it's a psychological connect that happens when you're a child with
True.
honey.
True, true. So, getting on to my next question is, we've all heard about good honey and bad honey. What is the difference? Why is it called good honey and bad honey?
So, there's nothing known as good honey and bad honey. There are a couple of myths that surround honey. So the
Okay.
first thing is honey goes darker with age. The more you
Okay.
expose it to the sunlight, the honey tends to get darker because it's a natural product. Okay,
Right.
so so people think that honey has gone darker, so it's gone bad, and they tend to throw it. But it's absolutely safe. There's nothing wrong with that honey. Uh,
Okay.
the biggest myth, which I think we'll discuss it later also, it's called the crystallization, honey crystallization. So
Right.
when honey crystallizes, people think that it's gone bad or it's mixed with sugar, and they tend to throw it again. But pure honey always crystallizes at some point in its life cycle. I'll explain it much further later on during a course of
Right.
conversation.
Right.
So and yes, there are. So everything in honey depends on the flora that it's taken from. So let's suppose honey that we pack is usually from the Himachal belt, and the color of the honey is light amber to dark amber. Sometimes it varies. Every batch varies for us depending on the flora. Now, honey from southern part of India is a little darker because of the
Okay.
rubber flower nectar. So
Okay.
it's nothing to do with that. It's gone bad or it's not good quality. Everything depends. Honey completely depends on the floral source that it's been taken from.
Right. Okay. Perfect. So, floral source of honey is actually also one of my questions that's coming through.
Yeah.
But now that we spoke about crystallization, and I would want to talk to you about crystallization, is that people usually tend to believe that crystallization means the creation of artificial honey, or the innovation of something artificial with honey. So, is that what it is? What is crystallization of honey?
So to understand crystallization, we need to briefly understand the structure of honey. Now, honey is a super saturated sugar solution. Like I
Right.
told you, the two major sugars are fructose and glucose, and it has very
Right.
low level of moisture or water. Like honey only packs in, let's say, 18 to 20% of moisture. So with
Okay.
such a high, it's a very high concentrated sugar solution, So what happens is sometimes when there is a temperature change, let's say the honey that we extracted was in winter months and the
Right.
honey has gone into a warm climate, so the bond of the fructose and glucose, if they're tied like that, they'll break.
Okay.
And what
Okay.
will settle at the bottom as crystals is glucose, and what will float on top is fructose, because fructose is more water soluble.
Okay.
The glucose molecule separates from the water and it crystallizes and it settles at the bottom.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons. The second reason is also the balance of the two sugars in the honey. If any particular batch of honey is very high, is let's say fructose is high or glucose is high, the molecules will break again,
Okay.
and then they will settle like glucose at the bottom and fructose on the top. But if there's more fructose, you'll see a thin layer of glucose at the bottom and more of liquid honey. But if there's more glucose in the honey, you'll see a fatter crystallized bottom and a thinner liquid on top.
Right.
So like we pack natural lychee honey. Okay, so this honey is derived from the nectar of the lychee flower. Because lychee fruit is sweet, the sweetness in the
Right.
fruit comes from fructose, right?
Okay.
So that's why it's high in fructose, and natural lychee honey tends to crystallize faster than other honey. So there are a
Got
lot
it.
of other honeys which are monofloral, like mustard honey. Mustard honey actually comes out from the hive crystallized. It looks like
Okay.
ghee. When it comes out, it's like white and it's crystallized. But due to
Okay.
the myth that's floating around in the market that crystallized honey is bad and it's mixed with sugar. Actually, if you mix honey with sugar, that honey will never crystallize. I mean, like a simple
Oh,
example, if you mix sugar in a cup of water and you put it on the table, will you ever see it freezing or crystallizing? No, you won't. You have to give it minus temperature for it to freeze. Now, honey is a
true.
natural product, and honey should always be kept at room temperature, never in the fridge. That's another big myth that
Right.
people put honey inside the refrigerator. So, no,
Right.
honey should be stored at room temperature, but away from direct sunlight because it turns dark, like I said.
Right.
So, at room temperature, if honey is crystallizing and if the molecules are breaking, it's nature at play. You can't really mess with nature. So, if I mix something in my honey and say, oh, this is never going to crystallize, then I've given you something very different, which is not honey.
Right.
And we can't guarantee when the crystallization will happen because it's a natural process. It may happen instantly. It may happen we store samples of our batches of honey. So over down the line, let's say 3 years old honey has started to crystallize now. But that time when it was out in the market, it's been consumed. People have consumed it, and it's all over. So I have honeys lying with me for past like 5 years before I started my company also, who've
Okay.
never crystallized. These batches have never
Okay.
crystallized. It again depends on the flora, that what was the glucose, fructose quantity, so a lot of different things come to play in crystallization.
All right. So I, in fact, during this conversation, just came up with one more question, if I may.
Yeah,
That
sure.
is, what is the difference? Sorry. What is the difference between the glucose level and the fructose level?
Fructose.
What should what should it be like? Should there be a particular ratio, or
No, there's no set ratio. Like I said, see, it all depends on the nectar. Like if I have to set
right.
a ratio, then I have to find a plant which will give me that particular nectar,
Exactly.
which is quite
Exactly.
impossible for me to stop a bee from saying, don't go to this flower and go to the next one. This is not for you. This is, not the correct flower. So there is no set ratio. So that's why I said
Yes.
a lot of honeys do crystallize quite fast. Some don't crystallize at all. Some will crystallize, let's say 2 months down the line, 3 months down the line. And the way to bring back crystallized honey to normal honey is very simple. You dip our single serve or the bottle in a bowl of warm water, which is around about 40 to 45 degrees hot.
Okay.
And just let it be for 10 minutes, and you'll see the crystal start melting and the molecules start bonding again. So that's the
Becoming
best way of bringing it back to liquefied form. But I mean, personally, I love crystallized honey because it's like a spread. So I can just like spread it on my toast or whatever. I mean, and
right.
it packs in a little bit of air also. So it gives me that aerated feeling also. So, I personally love crystallized honey.
Right. So everyone who thinks that crystallized honey is actually not good or a mixture of the artificial products with the honey, it's not actually like that. In fact, when it crystallizes, that it is the pure honey that you've got. So getting on to my next question is that
Yep.
what was the idea? So your product comes in a very specific packing. Which I have
Yeah.
seen, and it's very convenient to use. So how did you get the idea? What were the specifications that you kept in mind before actually creating this packaging?
So, like I said, I did my dissertation on honey. And when I actually started doing some market research, me and my partner Paras, when we started doing some research about how the product should be, we ran a small little survey with, a couple of close friends, their friends, extended, people.
Yeah.
And what we found was people do like honey, but there are some nuances attached to honey. The
Right.
first one, you can't carry the bottles with you wherever you go. It's not portable.
True.
Second is the mess attached to it. So you have to get a spoon, put in a jar, take it out, it drips, and honey being sticky, it becomes
Yeah.
messy. Who wants to wipe it clean? So people tend to avoid it. The third thing was I can't keep it wherever I want. Like if I'm uh, in my office, I don't want to create that mess again, relating to mess again. So we thought, why not come out with a product which is something which addresses all these issues. So we came up with a single serve, which we call a twig like a plant, a tree twig. So it's a single
Okay.
serve, and we pack in 8 grams of honey. 8 grams is actually 1 teaspoon.
Okay.
So because honey is viscous, it's measured in quantity and not by volume. Like it's measured by weight and not by volume.
Got
So
it.
honey is always by weight. So it's perfect 8 grams, which is 1 teaspoon. So people know how much they've consumed during the day, so they can keep a track. And it's easy to carry. You can like just pack it in your purse or your bags, and whenever you're
Right.
traveling, you can keep it in your car. If you're going out somewhere, because like I said, honey is a great sporting fuel, energy booster. A lot of people use it on their runs. Like whenever I go cycling in the morning, I carry a couple of them with me, and
Right.
just while riding I can consume one. It is that simple. You just tear the top and squeeze it out. You don't have to do anything. You don't need a spoon, you don't need a blade, you don't need a scissors to cut it. You don't need anything. You can just like tear the top, consume it, and dispose the packing. That's it.
Right. So
So
it's
that
very
was the whole
convenient.
idea. Yeah. And also the biggest problem that we saw was resource wastage. So when you see honey in the jar, often at the bottom, a lot of quantity is left, which you can't take out even with a spoon. And
True.
that's thrown. And that's thrown. We are taking someone else's food and we are wasting it. That's not fair. So with our twig, our wastage comes down to very minimal because you completely squeeze it out. You can like really
Right.
squeeze it out. So,
Right.
I mean, besides, the retail avenue, we saw a new avenue, which was hospitality. So today we
Okay.
are serving, our twigs are going to Starbucks, Chai Point, all the bigger QSRs, hotels, airlines, where it's a mess-free application. So people don't have to, get a spoon and look for a spoon. So it can be easily consumed. You can travel with it. I have a lot of customers who are marathon runners who
Okay.
actually consume honey while their races. Because what happens is honey is natural, so it's easily digested by your body compared to artificial,
True.
energy gels that you get in the market. A lot of runners complain that they start throwing up when they consume the artificial energy gels because the body can't digest it.
Right.
So, honey is something that is quick to digest, easy to, give you that energy. So the whole idea of the twig was to make it accessible, uh, no mess, and very easy to use.
Right. Right. In fact, this, when it comes to kids as well, is very convenient because the packaging is
Right,
so convenient and you can just make them have it at any point, at any time without creating a mess
right.
of it. So it is very, very convenient when I would
So I'd
also.
like to add something here. Sorry to cut you. So
No,
when we
sure.
did that survey, a lot of parents, when we asked, do their children eat honey? They said they don't like the taste of honey. Now,
Okay.
what we understood was when honey is given in a spoon, it's more concentrated taste. While when you give it in our pack, you take small sips. So the taste
Right.
differentiates on your tongue. It's like
Right.
having a spoonful of salt and taking a pinch of salt. You could probably take a pinch of salt, but you can't eat a whole
Yeah.
spoon of salt. So
You
a lot
can't.
of kids
Right.
started to consume honey with our product. We, in fact, I remember a couple of years ago, we had put up a stall in a kids' culinary festival in Delhi. We converted so many kids to taking honey that the parents were surprised that they've never eaten honey at home, but they like this product. Are you adding something else to it? We said, no, we are not adding anything into it. It's plain natural honey, but it's just the way you consume. It's more fun. You get it in small sips, so the taste is better for them. So if you change the way how a thing is given, a boring thing is presented, I think that changed the perception of the whole product for kids.
True, true. So it affects them psychologically. Like you said, having
Yeah,
an entire spoon of salt, which is actually you won't even like the taste and you won't even prefer it. And rather
Right.
than that, having it in small bits, it's obviously going to be way better and way more convenient. And especially for kids, in fact, they can just keep sipping. Which is why I again said that the packing is so convenient that you can have it anywhere and at any point, and kids won't make a fuss out of it as well.
Correct.
So the next question coming to be is that we heard you're launching a new pack, or you'll have come up with a new pack. So can you tell us about that? Why did you create the chain? What is the idea behind it?
So in terms of packing, we've changed the material in which we pack the honey. Earlier,
Okay.
we were using regular multi-layer food grade plastic laminate. Now we
Okay.
understand the pearls of plastic pollution for the environment, you know. So being a company which is packing a natural product, we can't be on one hand saying we are packing natural food, on the other hand, you're harming the environment. So we were looking for an alternative which could, you know, be useful for the environment. I mean, not be harmful at all, and you know, sort of biodegrade in the earth. So we found a material called oxo biodegradable. This is first time in the space of honey that we've brought it up. What happens
Okay.
with that is, you know, so it's a packaging which sort of degrades into the planet, um, biodegrades into the planet in 5 to 6 years compared to
Right.
100 years, which a regular plastic would take. You know, so
Right.
we've put in a lot of research over the past 6 months, and now we've started to roll that packaging out in the market. So we're being environmental friendly also, and you know, that's our way of giving back to the nature. That, you know, we don't want to ruin. There's already so much of plastic pollution happening out there, you know, and so we don't want to sort of be another company taking part in the plastic pollution and not doing a bit. And what I feel is, you know, the young companies should start taking this initiative, that it pushes the other bigger companies to sort of divert into something which is more environmental friendly and sustainable.
Right. Right. So do you have? Can we see those packages if that's possible?
I actually I don't have them with me right now.
Perfect. So the thing is, just so that they know, people watching us know that how is it that is actually packed, how is the quantity, the entire thing, just so they have an idea. But you can put that up later. That's not a problem. So it's like you're doing an organic thing, plus you're doing it for the environment. So it's an amazing
Correct.
thing that we've come up with, that I've gotten to know today. So getting to our next question, you spoke about flavors in honey. So could you
Right.
tell us more about flavors in honey, and what are the flavors that y'all keep in honey, if y'all could?
Right. So in honey now, when I say multiflora honey, that means uh, multiple floral nectar has been taken and
Okay.
made into honey. Like a bee is
Okay.
not restricted to a single flower. It has gone to a rose flower. It has gone to a marigold flower. It has gone to different flowers, connected nectar, and made its honey. So that's what we
Right.
get in the market usually, which is multiflora, which is a blend of different nectars. Now there is a separate part which is known as monofloral honey, which is
Okay.
from one flower. Like we have natural lychee honey. Now, the way we do it is when the lychee flower is blooming, the apiary boxes are kept in a lychee orchard. You know, so the bees will only fly in a radius of, let's say, 3 kilometers from its queen bee, which is inside the hive. The
Okay.
worker bees will not fly further out. They will not leave their queen. You know, so in that much radius, you only find flora of a lychee flower. I mean, unlike, you know, humans who want Domino's one day and McDonald's the other, the bees are not fussy. They will go on the flower where they find their food from. So that's seasonal honey. You know, during the blooming of the lychee flower, then made into the honey, and that becomes your natural lychee honey. Similarly, you
Right.
get ajwain honey, which is made from the nectar of the
Okay.
ajwain flower, which is very
Okay.
harsh in taste, which is a very acquired taste actually. You know, but it's high in medicine value for the stomach. Uh, there are a lot of monofloral honeys available. In France, you get lavender honey because you have lovely lavender fields there. Uh, and the other two variants that we do are infusions with spices. We have one which
Okay.
is called the cinnamon infused honey, where we actually use cinnamon powder to infuse it with our honey. We don't use
Right.
artificial cinnamon flavor or extract. It's actually cinnamon powder. So when you when you look at our twig, you'll see a small layer of the cinnamon powder settled at the bottom.
Okay.
So that is actual cinnamon powder that we use to steep our honey with. The other one is natural vanilla infused honey, which is mainly targeted to children, because
Yeah.
vanilla is a flavor which is hit with kids, you know.
With children.
So we thought of, yeah, coming out with a flavor which kids would enjoy. Cinnamon becomes a very adult palate. Vanilla is a very kids palate, and you can even like
Right.
drizzle the vanilla honey into yogurt for them, put it on their toast or put it on paratha or roti or, you know, whatever they fancy. You know, so that there also we use natural vanilla pod powder. So when you look at our vanilla honey, you'll see black particles in it. That's not an impurity. That's actual real vanilla powder.
Okay. So
So
actually,
you know, sorry, go on.
I was actually, my next question was going to be with that which flavor is actually preferred to by kids, but we've covered that aspect. So
Yeah. So I mean, vanilla, cinnamon. I have had kids who like cinnamon also. You know, I mean, it
okay,
depends. It completely depends on their flavor palette. But vanilla is more of a kids hit flavor. We've done
right,
some hampers with other companies where, you know, we've packed our vanilla honey with a pancake mix box, so it becomes like
right,
a whole pancake kit. You know, so you can
right.
drizzle it on pancakes, waffles, whatever they please. You know, even on ice cream. Honey is amazing on top of an ice cream as a topping.
So honey, as we've gotten to know, has a lot of uses and a lot of flavors now that
Correct.
we know of. So for everyone who's watching, just a little detour. If you all want to put in any questions that I can convey, because yeah, okay. So yeah, that's about it. I think I have last 2 or 3 questions, so I go in for those.
Yep.
Am I audible? Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay. So we spoke about the flavors and we spoke about the packaging and the psychology of how kids take the packaging of honey. So, is there anything so that you would like to add in that we could actually convey out to the kids before I go to my next question?
I mean, for me, the biggest thing would be, you know, a good habit should be inculcated in children early on. Uh, yes, when we know there is something like a myth surrounding it, I would, you know, sort of tell the parents to go and read about it. Like even
Right.
crystallization, like I said, if you can just put crystallization of honey on Google, you'll see multiple articles saying that it's not bad. But still,
Right.
it's one of the biggest problems surrounding honey. Yes, we know there is a lot of problem with the quality that people, you know, have a issue with. That what is good quality honey, which brand is good. You
Right.
know, I mean, I can right now I can just talk about ourselves that what quality checks we do. You know, every batch of honey is tested for antibiotics, pesticides. We do a test called C3C4 sugar, which sort of tells you that if there's any additional sugar added to the honey in form of adulteration, like corn syrup or rice sugar or
Right.
any other form of sugar, you know. So we do all these tests to sort of get you the best quality honey, you know, on the table for your family, for your children. So it's completely safe, you know. And even when kids go out to play, start giving them a little bit, a spoonful of honey before their playtime, you know, sort of to boost their levels, rather than, you know, they extending to Coke or, you know, Fanta or any other sugar drink. I mean, once in a while it's fine, but you know, it can't be always, let's say, have a glass full of sugar drink. You know, that's not good.
Right.
And you know, India is fast becoming the diabetes capital of the world. So if we sort of start young, we can control that in the future.
True, true. So kids are so fond of sweets, and if we just simply replace the sugar with
Yeah,
the honey, for example, even ice cream, you know, I've never thought of that. Wherein
correct.
we can just to add in the flavor, put in the honey. So it's such a small thing and also such an organic and useful thing at the same time, which can prevent a lot of diseases and give you a lot of immunity at the same time.
Exactly. So you can even
So
bake with honey, you know. I mean, instead of, while you're baking cakes at home, try a vanilla honey. So you don't need to get vanilla also from the market. It's already added in it. So you get, your two purposes are served by one honey. So, you get the flavor, and the quality is better. Honey itself is a preservative. So anywhere
Right.
honey is used, the shelf life increases of that product. So honey has so much to offer. I mean, I can go on and on and on about it. It's like never ending list of the benefits that honey can offer you.
Right, right. In fact, recently, and I'm sorry, getting a little detoured, but my dad, I'm a very big coffee person. In fact, a cold coffee person. And my dad just randomly told me, he's like, why don't you put honey instead of sugar
Right,
in your
right.
coffee? So, it was such a small thing, and I had never thought about it. Like, to actually use honey instead of sugar. But I could do that, and it would give me just the same flavor. So,
Exactly.
again, for everyone who's watching, this is that it's very easy to replace sugar that actually could lead to something else into honey and be protected and be safe and healthy, in fact.
Right.
So getting on to my last question is that you started Honey Twigs, and where do you see it in the next 5 years? Where do you see it bloom, and how can we as Kids Okay Please be a part of this journey and creating the awareness about the importance of honey?
So the whole idea of starting the company, when we started uh, Network Food was based on the ideology of healthy food, of superfood. Where you see a nuance, how do you solve that problem, and how do you make it easy for the end consumer to use it? The first product we picked was honey, because obviously we saw a gap in that market where no one had done anything. Like literally, no one had done anything. It was
Right.
just bottles lying everywhere. So, now with Honey Tweaks, we do want to launch more flavors. There are new flavors in the pipeline that we are sort of experimenting with towards kids and adults both, that can be equally, shared with them. And we are also looking into a completely different range of food products, which are again based on superfood, healthy, easy, no mess, and good quality. Quality is like our
Right.
main criteria. We don't want to sort of deviate from the quality. That will
Right.
always remain the forefront. Quality will matter to us, whatever we do. So, I mean, another 5 years, like during the lockdown, we've launched a range of bottles also, because a lot of people started cooking with honey. So we
Right.
said, why not? Because in twig, it's a 8-gram twig. So it's sort of cumbersome to take out honey from, let's say, 10, 15 twigs to make 100 to 100 grams of honey. So that was a problem. So we said, why not give our consumers the same quality of honey in bottles also? So we
Right.
came out with a 250-gram, a 400-gram, and a 1 kg bottle.
Okay.
So, we are sort of innovating as the customers tell us. We listen to our customer and bring out the best for them. So in the future, I hope there are many more flavors in honey. The kids start loving them. They start using them ever so often. Like, I hope every day, at least 2 teaspoons a day, should be, recommended for children. I mean, it's amazing. Like I was reading somewhere in Germany, the consumption of honey per active adult per month is up to 3 kgs. In India,
Okay.
we are not even close to 10% of that. We are far, far away from that number. So it's quite a shame. And I hope we get there very soon. Because right now we're exporting half our produce to other countries. We only use 50% of what we produce in India for domestic consumption.
Right.
And most of it is sent out to other countries.
Right. Right.
So
So to
yeah, I mean,
create
I hope
awareness.
our yeah. So like with Kids Okay Please, we'd be happy to collaborate when these flavors come, create an awareness, let the kids know that there is something like this, and they should include it in their diet every day. Tell their parents that I want to have honey. You know, uh, when they play sports or they go down, they should carry a twig with them or have a spoon of honey before they go. So that's our main aim and focus with honey twigs right now.
Right, right. And in fact, this being an entire kids area and kids
Right.
ecosystem that we're talking about, the awareness should be even more at this point and in this area, so that they know exactly how beneficial honey is for the children,
Correct.
and how
Correct.
they can use. and how they can use it, right? So, getting on to my next and last question, because we don't really have anything in our chat box yet, but whoever
Sure.
has missed it or hasn't heard it, this conversation is going to be right on our page. So it can be accessed to and the questions can be asked over there. So getting on to my next question, you spoke about the quality check and the quality that you all maintain. So is there a particular method in which this happens? How do you make sure of the quality and how is it given back to the customers?
So our quality, we usually rely on lab checks. There are some home-based checks, but they're not spot on. Like they can
Right,
just tell you very superficially that, oh yeah, if it dilutes in the water, it's not honey, and things like that. But uh,
right,
what actually we rely on is checks reports from the lab. That is
okay,
more, that is like the spot on result that yes, this honey is of good quality, because
right,
there are a lot of adulterants that you can't check at home. You won't even know that there is this amount added in the honey, and it'll just pass under your eye. So we
true,
have to rely on checks which are done in the laboratory,
right,
and those we
right,
know that are not going to be, underrated honey is going out from our in our products.
and after, right, right. So we do have a question. It says, is there a minimum amount of honey that kids should consume?
So kids can have an active kid prescribed is around about 2 to 3 teaspoons a day, because
Okay,
again it is sugar. Anything excessive of sugar is bad. It is natural sugar. So and for an active adult you could have around about 3 to 4 teaspoons. It
okay,
depends on the lifestyle, sedentary, or are they playing a lot, and if they're out, so they need to burn that energy, right? So whatever energy has been put in the body as fuel, it needs to burn out. So 2 to 3 teaspoon, I think, is a good dose for kids growing, like I would say till the age of 10, 11, and after that you can sort of increase it.
right. Perfect. So we have one more question, in fact, and it
Yeah.
says that are there any particular honey twix flavors that are best suited for kids?
um, like I said, you could try all our 4 flavors and see what sits well with your child. But I think vanilla is by far the kids' favorite. Then they also prefer the regular honey. Lychee honey is also preferred because it's a little sweeter than the regular
Sweet.
honey. Yeah,
Right.
and cinnamon, like I said, it's a more adult palate spice. Uh, I mean, it is also good, and it has a lot of health benefits of cinnamon and honey together. But what we've seen is cinnamon honey goes well with the parents, with the mothers, and like in teenagers.
Perfect. So we've answered about all the questions that I had and that we had in the chat box, and we're in the end of this conversation. Thank you so much, sir, for being a part of this conversation. It was amazing hearing and talking to you about the different factors and benefits of honey and what you all have actually started. And all the very best to you. I hope we can be a part of what you're trying to create out in that environment and ecosystem and bring it out to children who are a part of our ecosystem.
Right.
So, it'll be an amazing give and take, in fact, and it's an amazing idea as well, like I said. And you had mentioned that, the replacement of sugar with honey, and everyone who's watching should really consider the fact that we should be using honey, being a natural, organic, and a very healthy product.
Exactly. And right now, with the current pandemic situation going on, I think honey is a great immunity booster, and it should definitely be included in the daily diet of kids and adults as well. I mean, it's not should just be restricted to kids. I think everyone should start consuming honey every day.
Right. So I hope everyone's taken that back. I especially have. And we are at the end of this conversation. Thank you so much for being a part of it, sir. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Stay safe. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you so much.